What's up, woozies? What's everybody doing? My Bama fans okay? All my Bama fans okay? Well, y'all are soft as shit, man. Bama is so damn soft. It's a shame to see, really. But when you bring in a West Coast head coach, a West Coast offensive coordinator, and a teddy bear hugging motherfucker at wide receiver, it's hard to expect anything other than that. But somehow, by some miracle, they did hang on and beat lowly South Carolina on the road in Columbia. But holy shit, Bama's soft as fuck. Can't run the ball, can't stop the run. Really sad to see an Alabama team sink to the levels of 2022 Ohio State or 2018 Oklahoma, but that's where we're at. That's where we're at. The good thing is, if you're an Alabama fan, you're not a Texas fan. Boy, Texas is, how do you say, in a bad way. They want Sarkisian fired. They're willing to drive his ass to the Tennessee Titans and give him away for free. This Sarkisian, I don't know, might not know what he's doing, but it's like I said the other day, Texas has figured out here that in the SEC, you don't get to play on the road at Baylor every other week. Yeah, and it really is sad to see the Shorthorn man fall to such levels of irrelevancy, but that's where we're at. They're not any good. Mississippi State has lost 15 straight SEC games. 15 straight. But playing Texas is the cure for whatever ails you. You having problems? Can't win a game? Play Texas. Look at this. Incomplete pass again by Starch Manning. The guy's no good. How's everybody doing? Great 3:30 games, by the way. A little bit of trolling there at the beginning, but in all seriousness, great, amazing 3:30 games. Mississippi State looks like they're going to pull off a big upset here over Texas. The Vanderbilt-Missouri game came down to the wire. Vabdu hangs on, gets a big win over Mizzou, 17-10. The Alabama game was crazy. Alabama played like complete shit for most of that game, but found a way to win in the end. And in the end, that's all that matters, is that they got the win. But boy, they got problems. They're not winning a natty, I'll tell you that. They're too fucking soft. Call Alabama soft. Had an Alabama fan on Twitter. Why'd they beat Georgia? They're still pretty good. Yeah, Alabama's pretty good. Just like Ohio State was good a few years ago when they used to make the playoffs every year and lose. And just like Oklahoma was pretty good back in the late 2010s when they used to make the playoffs every year and lose. Bama ain't winning no goddamn national. You have negative 2 yards rushing in the whole first half of a football game. You haven't been able to run the ball all year. You can't stop the run. 4th and 1, you got to throw the ball every time. You're not winning shit, man. I mean, it is what it is. That doesn't mean Bama's not a good team. It just means they're soft as fuck. I'm not saying they're not good. They're obviously good. They're 7-1 or whatever they are. Their only loss was to a really good Florida State team. But they're soft as shit. Yeah, it's just what it is. That's just what it is. Anyway. What do we need to do to make some money on these primetime games? What are we doing here? Because I'm down bad. I'm not going to lie. I'm down bad with the Pay-Lou movement. What do we got here? We got Tennessee minus 7.5 at Kentucky. Why am I tempted to go all in on Tennessee? I really am. Tennessee's going to handle Kentucky. Right? Tennessee's going to handle Kentucky, right? Tennessee's going to lose? Fuck. I had 100 on Bama to cover too. That was my biggest bet of the week. Bama minus 11. I'm down bad. I gotta win something. I gotta win something. Tennessee minus 7.5. How about Michigan minus 13.5? I don't know. Bryce Underwear on the road. Can he complete a pass? Probably not. I mean, am I going to have to bet Colorado State at Wyoming? Should we wait on the games to start and live bet the games? I mean, what should we do here? Texas A&M's all the way down to a 1-point favorite. They were a 3-point favorite, then a 2.5, then a 2, now all the way down to 1. So I guess everybody's betting on Texas A&M. I mean, everybody's betting on LSU, I guess. Fuzzworthiness said, lose down bad. Bama won and he lost money. Yeah, the worst case scenario. If Bama was going to win, why couldn't they blow them out and get and pay Lou? You know? Texas Dog says, Lou, hopefully this helps chip away to down bet. Say thank you, Texas Dog. That is very generous of you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Fuzzworthington. First half under Michigan State. There it is. Boom. I'm doing it right now. Just because you, for no other reason than you said so. The over-under for the first half is 24 points. You say take the under. Michigan State first half, the over-under is 24. So you say take under 24? All right. Under 24, first half, Michigan State.
Who told you to make that bet?
Somebody in the comments section. I'm hoping they're smarter than I am. Any other bets I need to make? Tony Vote, what's up, buddy? I just received my Team Asshole hat just in time for the game. Hey, shout out to Tony Vote, man. Welcome to the team, Tony. Welcome to the team, my man. If you haven't got your Team Asshole hat yet, not sure what you're waiting on there with that. Limited time only, 2 more weeks, they're going away. Get your Team Asshole hat, get them while they're hot. It's a LouTube logo on the back. They're good looking hats. Stitched, none of that cheap ass screen printing bullshit. Go ahead and get your Team Asshole hat now. They make great Christmas presents too. Yeah, I bought myself one, to be honest with you. There you go. There's the link. Pick yourself up a Team Asshole hat. Metal Rule says, Arch Manning going to be a top draft pick in the CFL. I don't even know if he can make it there, man. Ooh. A LouTube helmet. Like I got full size that I can wear while I stream. I like that. You know, I like that. I'm writing that down. I'm going to look into that. I like that. I like that. I don't know why I never thought of that. I can wear it while I stream.
How'd you drink your coffee?
Through a straw. I'd be on here drinking coffee through a straw in that bitch. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, like, you know. Like this, but full size, you know. But maybe the LouTube logo, like this one's got the LouTube logo in the back, you know. But maybe the LouTube logo on the side, right? and something else on the back. But look, team asshole. This is a good looking hat. But see, look. My head's too big for this one. See, I got to get a regular size one.
It might fit Burgle.
Burgle, come here, dude.
No.
You think this will fit on Burgle? Burgle, come here. I want to see something, Burgle. Come here. I want to see something, dude. I want to see something. Wear this,
Oh,
dude.
not so much. She's like, what in the hell?
You're a good sport, Burgle.
You are a good sport.
She's like, what are you doing to me?
You're a good sport, Burgle.
You are a good sport.
You're a good sport, dude. All right. Can we get a thumbs up? I've been streaming since 9 a.m. this morning. Can we get a thumbs up for that? I'm not going to lie. I'm wore out. My back is hurting. I streamed 4.5 hours last night. And then I've been streaming since 9 o'clock this morning. My back is hurting. I'm old. My legs don't hurt. My knees and ankles are hurting. My feet hurt. Bama is soft. I at least need y'all to hit the thumbs up in that, because I will rage quit. I will rage. I've done it before. I got a good idea for Effective Diesel. You know what's better than me hitting the thumbs down on Effective Diesel? Is just getting rid of that deadbeated motherfucker for 30 minutes. We'll see you in 30 minutes, bud. Don't test me. You know, what did they say? Don't try me. Don't try me. I'll rip both your arms off and beat you to death with them. Don't try me. I'm a dangerous individual. Yeah, Texas won't give up. It's kind of aggravating. They just scored to take, well, they're going to tie it up anyway with an extra point. Sven, are you in here? I feel bad for my buddy Sven. Man lives all the way over in Germany. Has to stay up till 4 in the morning to watch his Mississippi State Bulldogs fucking blow a 17-point lead. Weren't they up 38-21 at one point or something? What is Mississippi State doing? What are they doing? It's now a 1-point game. Yeah, look at this. It came all the way back.
What happened?
Yeah, an extra point will tie it up. Now, Mississippi State's going to get the ball back with 1:47 to go, so they got plenty of time here and a field goal to win it. But holy shit, you got to be pretty bad if you let Texas come back to tie you up, because Texas is dog shit. Extra point is good, and we're all tied up in Stark Vegas at 38 apiece. Yeah. 38 apiece. I wish I could bet on whether or not there would be a fight in this Michigan State game. I got Michigan State on over here. There's almost always a fight in that game. Remember a couple of years ago, they even waited till after the game was over. You know how the teams leave at the end of the game, and usually you have your own tunnel. Mm-hmm. They share a tunnel for reasons unknown, and they got in a fight in the tunnel. People got arrested over that because they were slinging helmets around with the assault charges and that.
Yeah, one of the persons got beat up pretty bad, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, so I wish you could bet on would there be a fight, because there probably is going to be a fight in that game. Because the thing is, Michigan State's liable to get their butthole blowed out in this game.
I mean, they're not any good, though, right?
That's the thing. So once you start losing, you're like, well, we might as well fight. So we'll probably see a fight in that game. Oh, man. At least I hope. Boy, YouTube's been fucking up all day with these super chats. I keep having to refresh the damn screen for it to show me the super chat. Chandler Dickey, thank you for the super chat. He says, heartbroken. Bama only won because of stupid plays. That fumble at the end was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And then the guy for Bama that recovered the fumble didn't even know he recovered the fumble. He just was laying on he was so fat, he didn't even know the ball was underneath him. He had no idea. The other Alabama guy had to point underneath his belly and go, hey, fat fuck, the ball's under your belly, man. Yeah, only Boise State fan here. It took 4 takeaways to beat Nevada. We're down bad. Why isn't Chris Peterson considered for coaching hires? Where's he at now? Didn't he retire? I think he retired. Brian Kelly, I'm going to take your word on that because when it comes to losing, you're the expert, bud. You've been losing. Have you ever won a big game, Brian Kelly? I'm serious. Have you ever won a big game? No. Nope. You're winless all time in BCS national title games, BCS games, New Year's Six games, playoff games. You're 0-2 in conference championship games. All you do is lose. So if you're talking about something about me losing, I'm going to have to agree with whatever you say. Because, buddy, you're a fucking expert. Corn dog and motherfucker. You're an absolute expert. You take losing to a whole nother level. There's no doubt about it. Lou, why are you a bandwagon? For who? Who am I bandwagoning for? No Iowa State fans here? There's been a few around over the years, but not very many. There is one, for sure, that's still around. CJ All In says, hey Lou, here's my mandatory $5 viewing fee. Thank you, CJ All In. Of course, it's not mandatory, but I appreciate you helping to support the channel today, bud. It's good to see you in here. Yeah, Indiana looks really good. All right, 3rd and 4. Mississippi State's got the ball. We're all tied at 38. They're on their own 31-yard line with 1:20 to go. They've got 2 timeouts. Texas has 3. They better pick up this first down or Texas is going to get the ball back with plenty of time and 3 timeouts. Shapen back to throw. Caught. First down up near the 40. 1st and 10, Mississippi State. Retro, what's up, buddy? He says, tell your grandkids about Indiana, Vanderbilt, and Cincinnati being Power 4 powers. I love college football. Yeah. Yeah. I'll probably throw Georgia Tech in there, too. All right? Throw Georgia Tech in there, can't we? I would take Ohio State over Indiana. I'd take Ohio State over anybody right now. How about Kiffin talking shit to Oklahoma players? I didn't see that. I watched the game, but I didn't see that. Georgia versus Ohio State would be a great matchup. When was the last time Vandy and the Nerds were both ranked this high? Well, Vandy hasn't been ranked in the top 10 since like the 40s or 50s, I think. And that's so long ago that even Georgia Tech was good back then. All right, LSU and Texas A&M are on the field, so that game will be getting underway here in just a few minutes. Michigan and Michigan State are on over here. Michigan State's got the ball first. After the Texas-Mississippi State game goes off, we'll have Tennessee and Kentucky. Blake Shapen back to throw. Fumbled the ball. Holy shit. Dodged a bullet there. But now they're going to be all the way back on the 46. They were down around the Texas 40. But Blake Shapen sitting in the pocket, fumbled the ball. It just fell out of his hand. He was lucky to fall on it. They're just about out of time. 13 seconds to go, and it's 4th down. They're going to have to punt it away. We're headed to overtime in Stark Vegas. Unless Texas runs this punt back or something crazy happens. Let's see. Do we need to do anything to the scoreboard, or is it okay? Let's see. Texas, Mississippi State. Miami's losing to the tree. Wow. Miami's in a bad way. Uncle Lou, you're a Georgia bandwagon. You spelled your wrong. There's an E there's an E on the end of that version of your. When your mom gets done Velcroing your shoes, you can ask her for a spelling lesson. Well, who are we kidding? There's a reason you can't spell, and your mom's has a lot to do with it. Did Michigan State fumble the ball already? Looks like they did. But did Michigan recover it in time before going out of bounds? Looks like they did. Should be Michigan ball. Early turnover in the Michigan State game. 4th and 14. Mississippi State is lined up to go for it at midfield. Are they really going to do that? Why? I don't really know what the point of that was. I really don't know what the point of that was by Mississippi State. I guess they're going to take a delay of game so they get more room to punt the ball, but I don't know, kind of weird. Texas A&M's going to be kicking off here. The Corn Dogs will have the ball first. Kickoff goes out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. LSU will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 25. We'll get a look at this human trash can known as Garrett Nussmeier. Don't forget, if he doesn't play good today, he's injured. If he does play good, he's not injured anymore, according to the LSU fans. Of course, we all know he's not injured at all. He's just not very good. Yeah, Auburn got their first SEC win today. Come back over Archie. What is Texas doing here? Texas just returned this punt for a touchdown? Holy shit. Oh, no, that was a replay from earlier. Damn, they tricked me. I looked up, and the Texas man was running down the sideline, but it was a replay from earlier. It fucking tricked me. Oh, shit. That's the downside of trying to watch 3 TVs at once. They did give Michigan the ball after reviewing that turnover, so. Michigan in the red zone here on the 20. Bryce Underwear in a shotgun. 2nd and 7 on the 20. Back to throw. Caught, hit right away, dropped after a loss of about 5. It's going to be 3rd and 2 now for Michigan. This is a crazy fucking comeback in this Texas-Mississippi State game. I mean, Texas looked dead. Texas looked completely dead, and they have come back to tie this thing up. 3 seconds to go. Texas has the ball. I think they're on their own 1-yard line, though, so we'll be headed to overtime on that deal there. I bet 3 and out for the Corns. Texas on their own 1 yard line, so they can't take a knee. They're going to have to run a play. Arch Manning, just quarterback, sneaks it back to the line of scrimmage, and that's going to be it for regulation. Headed to overtime. This is like the Tennessee game. Nussmeier just got eaten alive on a off the edge, a sack. Never even saw it coming, blindsided. This reminds me of the Mississippi State-Tennessee game where Mississippi State blew that thing too. Yeah, Nussmeier got run over. I don't know what that left tackle for LSU is doing, but you can't even call it. You can't call it blocking. Thanks, Lou, for always being a real football fan. It helps. You're a Georgia fan, but just a pure football fan like me makes me feel sane. Now, what's up, Ruben? I absolutely love college football, man. Georgia's my favorite team. I don't hide it, but I'm a college football fan. I'll watch any college football game almost. Almost. I won't watch like Iowa versus Wisconsin. I mean, come on. That's like a self-inducing coma. Three TVs, 3 different channels, all on a commercial break. RC, what's up, buddy? He says, thanks for all your hard work, Lou. Thanks for your Georgia. Thank you, RC. Good to see you in here tonight. Hopefully we'll have some good games. We had some good ones at 3:30. You had to come back in here again and see what's going on? Oregon is tied 0-0 with Wisconsin. Yeah, that game just started, didn't it? That's actually a good point by SR and the boys. You won't have to play any unranked garbage cans in the playoffs, so Bama might do okay. Third and 2 for Michigan now. Handoff. I don't think he got it. I think he's going to be a yard short. Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 1. Justice Haynes with the carry, but couldn't get there. 4th and 1 coming up for Michigan. Just under 12 minutes to go in the first quarter of that one. Michigan State got the ball first and immediately fumbled it away. That got us to where we're at here. That. 4th and 1, they're going to go for it, and they're going to get it all the way down to the 6-yard line. 1st and goal, Michigan. Miami's struggling in those ugly-ass uniforms. Are they still losing? Yeah, down 7-0 to the tree. That is bad. Real bad. There's really no excuse for that. Stanford is so bad they barely beat Florida State. God dang. That's real bad. Bama is soft. Bama is soft. Can't run the ball, can't stop the run. How many times on 4th and 1 did Bama throw the ball? Bama soft as shit. But, I mean, you get what you ask for. You bring in a West Coast head coach, a West Coast offensive coordinator. All of a sudden, you can't run the ball. Why? I mean, that shouldn't really be surprising. Didn't Bama beat Georgia? Oh, yeah. Soft teams win a lot of regular season games. Ohio State, remember when Ohio State was soft? They used to go 11-1 every year and make the playoffs and then lose. That's what Bama will do. Remember Oklahoma in the late 20-teens? They made the playoffs every year. Bama's a good team. They're just soft as shit, so they're not going to win anything. Don't get mad at me. I didn't hire Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer. LSU punts it away, so Texas A&M will have the ball now. This will be their first possession here. Just underway in Baton Rouge. Texas A&M on the road at LSU. Michigan down in the red zone, but just can't do anything. Bryce Underwear backpedaling and throwing the ball while running the wrong direction. Michigan's going to have to settle for a field goal here. Short little 20-yarder. And it's good. Michigan takes a 3-0 lead over in-state rival Michigan State. Rudy wins big bowls. Thank you for the super chat. He says, us black and white TV teams making a comeback, Lou. Yeah, Georgia Tech, Indiana, Notre Dame. I don't know about Notre Dame, though. Notre Dame's second best win of the year is going to be Navy. Dang. I hope Notre Dame better hope it doesn't come down to any type of resume comparison between them and some other 10-2 team, because Notre Dame is going to be sucking hind tit on a resume comparison. Big play by Texas A&M here on 2nd and 8. Picks up the first down out across the 45 to the 47 before he's shoved out of bounds. 1st and 10, Aggies. Arch Manning takes a big hit here in overtime. He's still on the ground. The trainers are out looking at him. He's going to have to come out of the game. Looks a little woozy walking off the field there, bud. Look at a little woozy there, bud. Oh yeah, he don't even know where he's at. Yep, they're gonna have to put the backup in here. Might be a big improvement though. Be honest. Arch Manning. I don't know about no Arch Manning. Backup quarterback in for Texas here in the first overtime against Mississippi State. Or no, that's Arch Manning back in, ain't it? Isn't Arch Manning number 18? I'm confused. Isn't Arch Manning number 18? Snapped it when nobody was ready. Sure what's going on there. So are you telling me that Arch Manning and his... Oh, Arch Manning is 16. Oh, okay. That's what had me confused. I thought Arch Manning was 18, and I was like, telling me the starter and the backup both have the same number? All right, yeah, so that is the backup in the game then. Heisman Manning. There must be another Manning somewhere not named Arch then. Only thing I can think of. 2nd and 10 for Texas A&M. They're in LSU territory. On the 41. Shotgun. Marcel Reed rolls left. Looks downfield. Now he wants to scramble. Has room. There he goes. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Texas A&M dives into the end zone. Texas A&M scores quick on their first possession. Did he catch that? That might be a touchdown for Texas here. That might might be a touchdown for Texas here. It looked like his foot was down right when he caught the ball, didn't it? They called it incomplete on the field, but man, that's close. See his left foot? Boy, that's fucking close. I think that's a touchdown. I think that's a touchdown for Texas. That looks like a touchdown to me. Yeah, I think that's a touchdown. We'll see. It was ruled incomplete on the field, so it's got to be, whatever they call it, indisputable evidence to overturn it or whatever. But I don't know. That looks like a touchdown to me. Michigan State with the ball back, 3rd and 8. Pass complete. Ruled incomplete. Would have been a first down along the sideline there, but couldn't get his feet down, I guess. We'll get another look at it here. Oh, he dropped it. Yeah, good play by the Michigan defender to knock it away there. 4th and 8. Michigan State will have to punt it away. And they did rule it a touchdown in the Texas game. So Texas scores a touchdown in the first overtime. Extra point coming up, and then of course Mississippi State will get the ball with a chance to tie it up again. Thoughts on Shane Beamer's job security? South Carolina would be completely retarded to fire Shane Beamer. Now, with that being said, South Carolina is completely retarded, so they might do it, but it would be a terrible fucking idea. Now, maybe he leaves on his own to take the Virginia Tech job, in which case there's nothing South Carolina can do about that. But if South Carolina fires Shane Beamer, they're retarded. Do you have tattoos, and are they called Lutus? Yes, I do have tattoos. I guess technically I have one Lutu. That's a Lutu. This is not a Lutu. I don't have a tramp stamp, but I do know somebody that does. I went when I was, I don't know, 21 years old. We went to Panama City for spring break one year. A bunch of us did. And one of the guys I was down there with literally went and got a tramp stamp. He got a tattoo right above his lower back.
Wait,
right
a
here.
guy?
I swear to God.
Oh my God.
A yin yang symbol. I said, what in the what are you doing? Couldn't talk him out of it. He was dead set on doing it. I said, what are you doing?
Oh my God.
He sure did. Got a yin yang symbol right where in the tramp stamp thing above his waist. I said, man, you're out of control, dude. Now, to be fair, he'd been drinking for 4 days straight. That might have had something to do with it. But
yeah, but even still, I mean.
I said, buddy, you're out of your mind. What's the Tennessee score? You know what? I don't know. It's coming on after the Mississippi State game, but I don't have it on right now. It is 7-0 Tennessee. Which is great news for the Paylou movement. I've got 2 bets on the Tennessee game. I got Tennessee to cover the first half and Tennessee to cover the whole game. I'm down bad on the betting, so I did stupid shit. I've got $100 on Tennessee -4 in the first half and $50 on Tennessee -8.5 for the whole game. And then the comments, somebody in the comment section said to take Michigan State under 24 points in the first half. So I did that too because I'm retarded. In a big way. I pretty much just do any bet people type in the comment section because I'm stupid. Well, here comes the ball game for Mississippi State here. 4th and 10. If they don't convert, it's over. Back to throw. Whistles. They blew it dead for something. False start on Mississippi State. So make it 4th and 15. Mississippi State. So this is the type of shit that leads to losing 15 SEC games in a row. Blowing a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter. 4th and 10 at home. You false start. This is what leads Mississippi State to losing 15 SEC games in a row. Now about to be 16. Bryce Underwear running for his life. Throws incomplete. 4th and 8. Michigan will have to, I don't know what they'll do here. They're on the Michigan State 45. I don't know. Probably can't kick a field goal from there. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe punt the ball, try to pin Michigan State back deep. I'm not sure. They just false started again. They false started 2 plays in a row. Now it's 4th and 20. Mississippi State just doesn't want to win. I mean, there's no other explanation. They just don't want to win. How do you false start at home twice in a row in overtime on 4th and 10? Now you're 4th and 20. You just don't want to win. You definitely don't deserve to win. You blew a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter. You hadn't won an SEC. You've lost 15 straight SEC games. And now you're so bad you let Texas come in and beat you. That's bad. That's real bad. LSU 1st and 10. Nussmeier throws complete inside the 35 to the 34. It's going to be 2nd and 2 now for LSU. A&M up 7-0 in that one. They scored easily first time they had the ball. Here we go, 4th and 20. Let's see if they can not false start this time. Blake Shapen running for his life. He's going to be sacked. Fumbles. Texas falls on it. Game over. Texas, with one of the wildest comebacks you'll ever see, is going to beat Mississippi State 45-38. Wasn't the score 38-21 in the fourth quarter? Holy shit, Mississippi State imploded. You want to talk about being down bad. Plus, all these Mississippi State fans, when they wake up tomorrow morning, guess what?
What?
They live in Mississippi.
Jeez.
Yeah. So they got to watch this shit, and they have to live in Mississippi. It don't get no worse than that. It just don't get no worse than that.
How do you, wow, like they were up and.
This is how you lose 15 straight conference games. They just allergic to winning.
That's so crazy.
Uh-oh. LSU down inside the 5-yard line now. Tell them, Sven. Sven, that's a rough one there, bud. Touchdown LSU. First and goal, touchdown pass into corner of the end zone. Tie ball game in Baton Rouge. Still 3-0 Michigan up over Michigan State. About halfway through the first quarter in this one. Michigan State with an incomplete pass in and out of the hands of the receiver. Was a little behind him, but he still should have caught it. Extra point is good for the Corn Dogs, and we're all tied up at 7. A&M is not that good. They haven't played anyone. Okay. A&M's not that good. Can you list the teams that are good? If A&M's not good, then that means there can only be 4 or 5 teams maybe that are good. Can you list them? Have you ever seen a football game before? Miami finally scored? Yep. Miami coming from behind to tie it up at home with Stanford. Yeah, those Miami uniforms look terrible. Terrible. All right, the Tennessee-Kentucky game's on over here now. LSU, Texas A&M in the middle. Michigan, Michigan State over here. And depending on how these games go, if we need to switch them up or whatever, if they turn into blowouts or whatever, we can always switch them up. Kentucky on the ground, 1st and 10, goes nowhere, loss of 3. They are in Tennessee territory on about the 48-yard line, but it's going to be 2nd and long now for Kentucky. Kentucky, another team that can't win. They can't win an SEC game. Currently 0-4 in the SEC. 2-4 overall. Hey, Lou, congrats on 75K. Yeah, we hit 75,000 subs earlier today, so shout out to everybody that is subscribed to the channel and hits the thumbs up and comments and all that on the videos. Y'all are just as much a part of that as I am, so shout out to y'all. Third and long coming up for Kentucky. Michigan has the ball back, 1st and 10 on their own 37. Pistol formation. Bryce Underwood gets the snap. They're going to hand it off, left tackle. Not a lot of room, might have gained 2 yards. 2nd down coming up for Michigan. Whose season is over so far? I don't know, but that reminds me, I was supposed to take these down on Thursday, and I forgot. This is the Your Season is Over list from last week. Got to take that down. Nebraska's in the Big Ten. Are they not? Yes, they are. Nebraska goes right here. Welcome home, Nebraska. Miami. I'll have to look that up. I can't remember where my UNLV goes over here. Ole Miss and Southern Cal. Southern Cal goes right there. Ole Miss, I forget where I have some of these teams ranked anymore. The Corn Dogs, what are they doing under Your Season is Over wall? Oh yeah, they got beat last week because they're dog shit. Tennessee is not in the top 15. Who?
Tennessee.
Good. We need Tennessee to run this fucking score up. Big time. Oh, a pick 6 from Tennessee. Look at that. Deflected it and caught it. That was a good play by Tennessee there. Yeah, pick 6 for Tennessee, 14-0. They're up over Kentucky. Tennessee's an SEC team. They go over here. The Corn Dogs. I don't remember where they go. I'll have to look it up. Utah and Texas Tech. Utah is in Big 12. They go over here, right there. See? Now we got to figure out. Virgo, you okay, bud? Let's pull up the official YouTube top 25 here. Make sure we put these other helmets in the right place. Monk, I see you right there staring at me. You can come in here. Well, ain't nobody gonna bother you. Come on.
She's been in and out.
Come on, Monk. You can come in here. Uncle Lou top 25. All right. What do we got? Miami. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not quite as good as Georgia. Miami. What a shame. Familiar spot for you looking up at Georgia like you normally are. Ole Miss behind Miami. Dang. Hate to see that. Hate to see that. LSU. Where the hell is LSU at? Nowhere. LSU goes down here. Texas Tech. Texas Tech goes right in front of Georgia Tech. Makes sense. Makes perfect sense. There we go. Top 15. YouTube top 15. There we go. See how easy that is? See how easy that is? I need Tennessee to run this score up. I got 2 bets on the Tennessee game, so I need them to just leave no doubt. Just beat the soul out of Kentucky. All right, Texas A&M with the ball back now after LSU tied it up. 7-7 is our score here. Third and 8 now for Texas A&M. They're on their own 39-yard line. Marcel Reed in a shotgun here. Back to throw. Gets rid of it. Caught. Makes a man miss. First down across midfield. Inside the 45 to the 43. Good catch and run to pick up that first down plus some for A&M. 1st and 10 Aggies. Michigan's back in the red zone. They got down here before and had to settle for a field goal. We'll see what they can do this time. 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. 3-0 is the score. How long does your win stay pending on Sleeper? I'm not sure. Not that long, though. If we're getting defensive touchdowns, going to be a long night for the Cats. Yeah. Yeah, probably going to be a long night for them anyway. Michigan on the ground, gets to the corner. Touchdown, Wolverines. With 3:48 to go in the first quarter, Bryce Underwear with a touchdown run is going to make it 9-0. Extra point will make it 10. Kentucky with the ball, 1st and 10, down 14. They keep it on the ground for a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 coming up for Kentucky. LSU defense is subpar. Well, then they're in trouble because their defense is way better than their offense. Here comes the extra point for the Michigan man. Snap, hold, kick is good. Michigan 10, Michigan State 0. 3:58 to go in the first quarter of that one. It's been a long day for me as a Duck fan. Oregon? Why? They're going to beat the shit out of Wisconsin, aren't they? The QB at A&M is Surgeon. He's really good. Really good. Heisman candidate. A&M back in the red zone. Kentucky looking at a 2nd and 6 here. I like these Kentucky helmets, though. I'm not going to lie. You know I'm a sucker for black helmets, but I like these Kentucky helmets. They're on their own 29. Pass complete behind the line of scrimmage. Has a blocker. First down and then some. That might be a touchdown. He's gone. Not going to catch him. Fire Mike Bobo because Kentucky just threw a pass behind the line of scrimmage, but it did result in a touchdown, so we might let Bobo keep his job. Kendrick Law, pretty much the only decent player on Kentucky's team. 71-yard touchdown's going to make it 14-6. Tards on top of Kentucky. Juke Poot says, no, of course, Oregon is struggling with Wisconsin because I bet on the sorry sons of bitches. Fuck a duck. Jackpot, I was thinking about you about 30 minutes ago, bud. That was absolutely brutal, my man. Hell of a game the Gamecocks played, though. Touchdown A&M. Marcel Reed touchdown pass is going to put A&M back up a touchdown. Mitch Nance, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat. He says, congrats on 75K, Lou. I've been around here for 6 years or so and have seen you hit a few milestones. I hope to be around when you hit a whole lot more. Yeah, well, 100K is the next one. 100K in about 2 years or so. Yeah, you have been around a long time, Mitch. Good to see you in here tonight, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. Hey, Woo are beating Utah Utes. I think you left some words out there, Larry. Let's try to do complete sentences so that I can make sense of what it is y'all are trying to type. Kentucky set to kick off after that 71-yard touchdown catch and run. 14-7. Come on. She knows. You don't want me to pick her. You don't want me to pick you up?
She knows.
I'm going to pick you up, but you got to come here. I'm going to pick you up. Come here. I bet you never put no treats on our house. That's what it is. You get 2 pieces of steak for the bird.
I didn't give her any.
I know. I don't think you have to.
I haven't given anything.
A&M kicks it off into the end zone. LSU will take a knee for a touchback. 14-7, A&M up over the Corn Dogs here. 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Michigan up 10-0 over Michigan State. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Michigan State has the ball, 2nd and 5 on their own 30. Motion for Michigan State. Shotgun, snap. They're going to hand it off. Left tackle has a hole, picks up the first down. Gain of about 7. 1st and 10, Sparty. Lou definitely going to get the play button. Yeah, it'll take a while, but we'll get it eventually. 1st and 10 for LSU. They're on their own 25. A handoff on first down. Gain of about 2. Who's worse at running the ball, you think? LSU or Bama? Hard to tell. Hard to tell. Third and 7 coming up for the Voltards. They're up 14-7 over Kentucky. Been here since 7K. Love the content. It's been a hell of a ride. Can't wait to see more. You've been here a long time then. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Despite the people that may wish I would, I'm not going anywhere. Joey Aguilar dancing around in the pocket. Pass incomplete off the hands of the intended receiver. 4th and 7, and Tard Nation's going to have to punt it away. They're going to go 3 and out. Kentucky will get the ball right back here with 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Yeah, Bama's definitely worse at stopping the run than LSU. I've been here since the Mark Richt days. Woo! I sort of remember that. Fuzz Worthington, thank you for the super chat. Tennessee punched the ball away. Fuzz says, Lou, if you're a true degenerate, you'll take this $10 and put it on the barn to hire back Malzahn? Boy, I don't think he would take the job even if offered after the way they did him. I don't think he would take that job back. I really don't. I don't think he would take that job back. GoVols 204 says, we look so much better than Georgia, except for when you play Georgia and you lose to them every year. But if you live long enough, you might see Tennessee beat Georgia again eventually. Maybe. Good evening, Lou. I'm still really sad about Bo Pribula. Yeah, I haven't heard an update or whatever, but that injury did not look good at all. At all. Michigan has a player hurt. He's being helped off the field now. Sullivan, number 23. A linebacker. Got to get the jersey back up on the wall. It's hanging up in the garage. I got it hanging up in the garage. Yeah, I like that she said. I only had it for 1 year, though, but I liked it. Sharkzilla, thank you for the super chat. He says, well, good news for Alabama is Oklahoma, Auburn, and LSU can't run the ball, so they'll probably win out. Michigan State punched the ball for the 45th time in the first quarter. They're still down 10-0 to Michigan. DK, what's up, buddy? He says, Lou, have a beer or a coffee on me for all the work today. Always entertaining. Also, I don't care that my team is dog shit. Hook 'em horns. One of the craziest comebacks I've seen this year at Texas, Mississippi State. Unbelievable. I think they were down, 17 in the fourth quarter? Unreal. Unreal. Only 5-0 team in the SEC, Alabama. Yeah, also the only team in the SEC with a loss out to Florida State. Michigan 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground, gain of 3 or 4 yards. Second down coming up for Michigan. 1.5 to go in the first quarter of that one. They amputated Bo's leg? Stop. If you're trolling, I'm going to have to get rid of you, man. That's an awful thing to say if you're trolling.
Oh my goodness.
Third and 12. Nussmeier pass incomplete. 4th and 12. The corn dog's going to have to punt it away. Does Bryce Underwear ever throw the ball when he's not backpedaling? Or is that just his thing? 3rd and 15 coming up for the Michigan man. Tennessee still up 14-7, 4:50 to go in the first quarter of that one. LSU set to punt it away here. 3rd and 15, Michigan gains 6 or 7 yards. Haynes King. Justice Haynes. Michigan will have to punt it on 4th down. Bama looked terrible, didn't go for a field goal to barely win like everyone else. This looks like a Brian Kelly-ass game. Well, this is a big game for LSU, which means Brian Kelly's likely to lose, because that's all he does is lose big games. What's up, Pastor Dave? See you in here, buddy. Yeah, Alabama escaped with one today. For sure. 3rd and 12 for Kentucky. They're on their own 24-yard line, down 14-7 to Tard Nation. Pass is complete, but tackled 2 yards short of the first down. It's going to be 4th and 2. Bama's the only SEC team to lose to Florida State. Yeah, that's humiliating. That is bad. Florida's got a chance to lose to them at the end of the year, though. Oregon struggling with Wisconsin. Miami tied with a tree, and the Birds with teeth are down to Boston College. You gotta love watching teams' first half woes when your team's on a bye, says Junkyard Dog. Yeah, Georgia wasn't losing at halftime today. That's a miracle. Right? All Georgia does is lose at halftime every week. Tennessee calls a fair catch and makes it at the 28 or 29-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tards. They're up 14-7 on the road at Kentucky. Haynes King is the best QB in America, said nobody ever, except maybe you. Alabama is also the only teams to beat UJ's as Z. Well, Alabama's only one team. Alabama's not teams. It's not plural. Alabama is one team. So I don't know. Alabama is the only teams. I don't know what that means. To beat UJ's ASZ. Lou, maybe it was one snap, but it looks like Kentucky is taking some snaps without linebackers. I noticed 5 linemen, 4 corners, and 2 safeties. All of you should fear the Gators. Yeah, Florida fans think Florida's winning the World Series next year because Ole Miss is 7-1. It's weird. But Florida fans have been weird for a while. It's not really anything new. Alabama got taken to the wire against a cupcake today. Well, they got pushed around, too. Alabama's just soft. I mean, you can't run the ball, can't stop the run. Just a soft team. It'll catch up to them eventually. It looked like he hit his head. It looked like a concussion to me, because when he got up, it looked like he didn't know where he was at, and he had to be helped off the field. So that's what it looked like. He hit his head on the ground. It looked like he knocked himself out. Pass complete behind the line for Tennessee. Down inside the 15. They're in the red zone again. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Tennessee up 14-7, about to score again. I didn't see anything about the referees helping out Texas, no. Mississippi State just imploded in the fourth quarter. Who did Bama lose to? Florida State. Probably the worst loss of any ranked team. 2nd and 21 for A&M. I think that's an interception. The pass was tipped. Referee says no, incomplete. The ball hit the ground. Corndog says he intercepted it, though. I have to see a replay here. Marcel Reed threw the ball. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage and then intercepted downfield, but the referee says it hit the ground. And he's right. It did hit the ground. Incomplete pass. Even if they look at it, it's not going to take long to figure that out. Start of the second quarter, Michigan and Michigan State. 10-0 is the score. Michigan on top. It's going to be a 3rd and 21 now for Texas A&M. Backed up on their own 15. Marcel Reed in a shotgun, back to throw. Under pressure, scrambles. Has to get rid of it. Almost took a safety. 4th and 21, the Aggies will have to punt it. Alabama's also the only team. Oh, we already read that. Retro KG, thank you for the super chat. He says, is it fair to say the Big 12 is the second best conference behind the SEC this season? From top to bottom, the Big 12 is better than the Big 10. Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I like watching the Big 12. It's, big play from Michigan State. All the way down inside the 30, out of bounds at the 25. Huge play from Michigan State. Finally getting something going on offense here. A&M blocked. LSU just blocked the A&M punt. Goes out of the back of the end zone for a safety. 2 points for LSU, and they'll get the ball back. It's going to be 14-9. LSU just blocked the Texas A&M punt. Michigan State now 1st and 10 on the Michigan 25. They fake a reverse. Now they're going to take off running. Out of bounds at the 19, gain of 6. 2nd and 4 coming up for Sparty. Tennessee, it looks like, scored again. Yep, 21-7 now. Tennessee up over Kentucky. Is that Florida State or Boston College? Can't tell the difference. Or they're both dog shit. Tennessee kicking it off here, up 21-7. A minute 49 to go in the first quarter. They're putting it on Kentucky early in this one. 3rd and 1 for Michigan State. On the Michigan 16. Whistles. And looks like somebody took a timeout. Michigan, I guess. Yeah, Michigan takes a timeout here. A&M kicking off from their own 20 after the safety. So LSU is going to get good field position here. Returned out to the 25, the 30. Tackled at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10 LSU at their own 32. Down 5 after a safety. Arch looked like a concussion to me. Yeah, that's what it looked like. Congrats on 75K. Hey, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Kentucky back to throw on 1st and 10. Pass complete. Picks up a first down, gain of about 12 that time. We need Michigan to hold Michigan State to a field goal here. 3rd and 1, quarterback sneak picks up the first down, it looks like. Yeah, 1st and 10, Michigan State. We took the under first half point total in this Michigan State game, so The less touchdowns, the better. He definitely picked up that first down, though. Nussmeier back to throw. Tipped at the line and falls incomplete. Going to be 3rd and 7 now for LSU. BHE383 says, you can make fun of the typo, but you still took an L against the soft team. Good luck next year. Yeah, Bama's a good team. Real good. Just like Ohio State was good all those years, they were soft and kept getting eliminated in the first round of the playoffs and losing to Michigan. And just like Oklahoma was soft all those years in the late 2010s, that's what Bama is now. They're fucking soft. And they're not going to win anything. You're going to be, this time next year, you'll be celebrating the same thing you're celebrating now about last year, a regular season win in week 4. That's what Alabama is. They're a week 4 program. First and goal, Michigan State on the 4. Handoff. Might have gained a yard to the 3. That's about it. Did he fumble? Please tell me he fumbled. We need a turnover here. The ref says no, he was down. Turnover would have been great for the under. Did Kentucky just give the ball right back to Tennessee? Boy, Kentucky is going to get... They might lose by 50, Kentucky. They seriously might lose by 50. Jeff Lebby's job has to be in question after what happened tonight. Well, that and losing 15, now 16 straight conference games, too, will do it. I mean, it ain't working out there for him. Second and goal for Michigan State, but they stopped the play for something. What are they doing? Reviewing the... No, Michigan State took a timeout. Michigan State took a timeout. It'd be second and goal after that timeout. Nuss is hurt. Yeah, it looked like it when he was coming off the field there a few minutes ago. Kentucky's already turned the ball over twice. I mean, they're going to get throttled in this game. Nussmeier getting tattooed by the A&M defense. I don't think he'll last the game. Well, I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but he is getting lit up. Second and goal, Michigan State. They're on the 2 now. Reverse. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. Third and goal. Flag comes in real late. They're going to get somebody for some extracurricular activity here. That flag came in super late. Must be some kind of roughing or something. Let's see. Of course, the referees have to have a 5-minute meeting before they tell us what the penalty is. That was a really late flag, though. Unnecessary roughness on Michigan State. That's a great penalty for the bet that we have. That's going to back them way up. Their chances of scoring a touchdown just went down drastically. Oh, yeah. Late hit in the back, blindside block, whatever you want to call it. That was an obvious penalty, though. That was a pretty obvious penalty. Stupid, too. After the play, behind the play, nowhere near the ball. Just a stupid penalty by Michigan State. Helps out the Pay-Lou movement, though. We have the under, what is it, 24.5 points? Under 24.5 points or something in the first half. Second and goal from the 17. Back to throw. Uh-oh. Into the end zone. Now pass interference on Michigan now. Fuck. Now it's going to be first and goal right back at the 1 yard line. Lou, who's better, the Oogabadoog or DJ Wagaway Woo? I think DJ Wagaway has the potential to be better than DJ Oogabadoog. I mean, DJ Oogabadoog was terrible 4 years into college. DJ Wagaway Woo's only in his second year. I guess it's possible if he gets a coach that knows what he's doing, could turn Wagaway into something. But the Oogabadoog was terrible for 3 different coaches. So he just wasn't any good, period. Auburn fan since 2010. Bray Hubbard is like Minka. First and goal, Michigan State. They're going to be stuffed at the 1 yard line. Second and goal now, Michigan State. DeBoer, year 2, natty. No chance Bama wins a natty. They're too soft. They can't run the ball and they can't stop the run. They're not winning a natty. Dodgers or Blue Jays? I have no idea. No idea. I know the Blue Jays beat the shit out of them yesterday. Second and goal, Michigan State. Old school I formation here. QB under center. Quarterback sneak. Shit, I don't think he got it. Nope. It's going to be third and goal now. Third and goal. Thank you for the super chat, Colton. He says, I feel bad for Mississippi State fans. 3-game choked at the end. Yeah, they blew that Tennessee game for sure at home. Blew it last week against Florida. Now come back home and blow it again. This is the worst one, though. Weren't they up 17? Wasn't it 38-21 in the fourth quarter? I mean, that's just humiliating for Mississippi State. That was really bad. Miami's still messing around with the trees. Imagine your 33-game home winning streak getting snapped to a team that's soft. Imagine your head coach's greatest accomplishment is winning a game in week 4. That's a touchdown that time, isn't it, for Michigan State? Yep, touchdown Michigan State. You think Bama makes the playoffs? Yeah, I do. I think it's going to be Bama, Texas A&M in the SEC championship game, and no matter who wins or loses, both will get in. Boy, look at A&M. A&M all the way back down inside the 10-yard line again. It's going to be first and goal, Aggies. 50-yard gain. One-handed catch. They're out here making LSU look kind of silly, to be honest. Where's that person in here that told me Texas A&M's not any good? Do you still believe that? Tennessee now up 28-7 over Kentucky. We're going to win both bets on that game, it looks like. We've got Tennessee -4 in the first half. Tennessee -7 in the full game. They might win by 107. Aguilar was down. Yeah, they're gonna review it. It does look like he might be half a yard short. Second and goal for A&M now, just inside the 5. Handoff. Not a lot of room. Gets down to about the 3. Third and goal coming up now for A&M. As a Clemson fan, I'm convinced we're not making a bowl game. Yeah, Clemson, them or Penn State, got to be in the running for most disappointing team of the year. Thank you, BHE. Appreciate that, my man. Third and goal for A&M. Empty backfield here. Marcel Reed, shotgun, snap. Throw. Intercepted. LSU's going to run it out. Out to the 26-yard line. Big play by the LSU defense to keep them in this game. Still 14-9. Not a good throw there by Marcel Reed. Interception in the end zone, and LSU dodges a bullet there. Auburn had to beat Arkansas. They are still soft. LouTube, hot take. Miami and Oklahoma missed the playoffs. And Virginia and Navy make the playoffs. I don't think Navy's making the playoffs. They're fixing to lose by 40 next week. Oregon not looking too good. Are they still losing? No, they're up 7-0 over Wisconsin. Miami's up 14-7. Louisville is now beating Boston College 14-10. Dealing with Dylan. Good to see you in here, buddy. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate that. He says, the pain of being a Kentucky football fan the last few years. I don't care about basketball. I just want bowl games and a college football playoff every 4 to 5 years. The 18 and 21 under Stoops were playoff teams. Where do we go from here? Fire Stoops. I'm torn. I keep being told that Kentucky's not going to fire Stoops for financial reasons. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. If I was a Kentucky fan, I would be done with Stoops. I feel like he peaked back in those years you're talking about, and he's kind of just fallen off since then. Thank you for the super chat, though. I do appreciate it. But it all comes down to money with firing these. It's not, should a coach be fired and is a school willing to pay the buyout are two different questions, If there was no such thing as a buyout, I'm pretty sure Kentucky would move on from Stoops, no problem. But we'll see. I want mine too. Can you put it on a plate for me? Thank you. Lou, Oregon is not better than Georgia. Well, that would be fine with me. I'm a Georgia fan. Lou, Notre Dame plays Navy in 2 weeks. Yes. And they're going to beat them by 40. Don't they play them next week? I thought it was next week. But anyway, it's either next week or the week after. But yeah, Notre Dame. Navy was undefeated last year when Notre Dame played them. Notre Dame beat them by 40. Navy's not good. Notre Dame will get upset. Watch. By who? Jeremiah Love will have 300 yards against Navy. If Notre Dame wants it to, he will. First and 10 LSU after that Marcel Reed interception. Pass complete behind the line of scrimmage. Goes absolutely nowhere. Dropped for a loss of a couple of yards. Second and long coming up now for the Corn Dog. 10-7 now the score. Michigan State finally on the board. Just under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Bryce Underwear, play action pass, rolls right. Thank you. Takes off. Picks up about 6 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 1 now for Michigan. James Franklin to Kentucky. Kentucky's coach is Mark Stoops. They don't have a job opening at Kentucky. Vandy can 100% beat Texas next week. Of course they could. It's on the road. It's at Texas, so that'll make it a little more difficult. But, I mean, Vandy has looked better than Texas almost every single week this year. Oh, snapped the ball over Bryce Underwear's head. Somehow manages to jump on it, though, but that's going to be about a 15-yard loss, and Michigan's going to have to punt the ball right back to Michigan State. I got to pee after this LSU play. 3rd and 13 for the Corn Dog. False start. at Kentucky out here trying hard. Kentucky scored again. Holy shit. Track meet game. Tennessee's defense might be worse than Georgia's, and that's saying something. Whose defense do y'all think is worse, Tennessee or Georgia? I think it's Tennessee. It's close, though. I'm not even trolling Tennessee when I say that, because Georgia's defense is the worst I've seen in a decade. But Tennessee's is pretty bad, too, I think. Tennessee does get sacks. That's true. They do get sacks. That is true. They do have that over Georgia. Yeah, Florida's defense has been all right this year. Gonna go shower. Be right back. Thanks for letting us know, bud. Elko furious on the sideline for what? I like Mike Elko. I think Mike Elko's a good coach. He had Duke humming before he left to take that Texas A&M job. If you're a Georgia fan, you should be rooting for LSU to win this game. Doesn't matter to me. All Georgia's got to do is go 10-2 and they're in the playoffs. It doesn't matter what happens in any other game. If you're talking about making the SEC championship, maybe this game has something to do with that, but making the playoffs is the goal. Oh no!
Man.
Nussmeier was hit as he threw the ball. Went right to a Texas A&M player and he dropped it. Wow, I mean, that hit him right in the hands. Come on, man. Guess that's why he plays defense. Look at this. Catch that ball, son. Holy shit. Come on, man. Still 10-7, Michigan up over Michigan State. 2nd and 8 for Michigan State out to the 43-yard line. 3rd down coming up for Sparty. Nussmeier's going to hand the ball off this time. Big hole right up the middle inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal, Corn Dogs. Oh, for Billy Paul, you're just a Clemson fan who's mad because you've come to the realization that not just your team, but your program is in the absolute fucking toilet. No amount of rage typing is going to make Clemson a relevant team. But you're welcome to keep trying. Did they really just call a quarterback draw with Nussmeier? I don't understand what goes through these offensive coordinators' minds sometimes. I really don't. Unknown Messiah, thank you for the super chat. Me and my wife sat in the Walmart parking lot watching the Cox choke to Bama. Even better living in South Carolina. This bye week will be great. Whoa, Todd, whoa. That was a hell of a game. A hell of a game. Tyler, how you think I feel, buddy? I feel your pain, dude. Believe me. Touchdown LSU. They're going to take the lead. Y'all need to start taking us serious. What are you talking about? Georgia Tech? What? I've got them in the top 10. How much more serious do you want me to take them?
Oh, damn.
LSU missed the extra point. I mean, some of these teams, man, just allergic to winning.
What was that?
Missed a damn extra point. Clanked it off the upright for no reason. Lou is destroying that food. Buddy, I've been standing right here since 9 o'clock this morning. I'm hungry. I've been streaming since 9 o'clock this morning. Fun science fact. You can drink the water out the top thing in the shower, and now my inside is as clean as my outside. What's your Minecraft server? Are you okay, bud? I need a wellness check on you, bud. I'm a little concerned. It's a sub, a tuna sub. All right. Who told me to bet the under on Michigan State in the first half? We're at 17 total points. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Michigan's got the ball, but they're backed up on their own end. I like our chances here, but I can't remember who told me to bet that. I can't take credit for it if it hits. I got to give somebody else credit. Lou, have you made to Marine Ford yet in one piece? I don't know what any of that means. I like Subway over Jersey Mike's. Who wants to fight? Somebody in the comment section talking about fighting? Listen, if you're in the comment section talking about fighting, number one, you're not fighting. Number two, you've probably never been in a fight. Texas A&M big play out across midfield to the 49. Publix has great subs. You're right about that. Publix subs are really good. Yeah, Publix subs are really good. But as far as like sub shops go, Subway's usually my go-to. Really, I just go there out of habit. Really, I've been to the other ones, and I like most of the other ones. Firehouse, some of the other ones, but I've just been going to Subway for so long. I go there now really out of habit more than anything else. But I think the best subs are Publix. Publix subs are amazing. I've been in a lot of fights and I'm 72%. 72% what? Retarded? You get beat in the head a lot or something? Things are starting to make a lot more sense now. Fourth down, Michigan is going to have to punt it away. 2 minutes to go. Do we have under 24 or under 24 and a half? If it's under 24 and a half, I feel really good. If it's under 24, I don't want to get stuck with another push. I had a push earlier. We've got under 24. So we can't have a touchdown here or we're going to push. We need a win, not a push. You want to fight so bad, stick your head up your ass and fight for air. Who is it that's wanting to fight? Subway tuna subs are pretty good. That's what I had. Nutella? No. 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 That's a big no on the Nutella. Still no fans at the Miami game. That's not really breaking news. That's kind of the norm. What's the score of that one? 14-7? Come to Miggs in South Carolina. Best subs. Never heard of that. Dante Moore just got injured in the Oregon game. That's not good. Zaxby's is dog shit, man. Zaxby's is fucking terrible. I don't know why anybody eats there. Raising Cane's, dog shit. Not any good. First and 10 for Kentucky here. Down 28-14. Big run right up the gut across the 30-33. First down, Kentucky. 28-14. They trail with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Yeah, wife saver is the only right answer. Tripp got it right. Bojangles is an acceptable second choice if there's no wife saver. But that's the only way it's acceptable.
Ah, Another interception by LSU.
What?
Yep.
They threw an interception or they got an interception?
They got an interception.
Telling you, that corn dog defense just won't give up, man. No matter how terrible Brian Kelly is, that LSU defense just will not give up. Kind of like Florida and Billy Napier. I mean, I'm the idiot. I took LSU plus 2.5, so I mean, I'm the retard, but so it wouldn't hurt my feelings if LSU wins the game. I'm an idiot, and I bet LSU plus 2.5. My girlfriend is an Ole Miss fan. Thoughts on Rebs? Maybe get rid of her before you get married. It gets a lot harder then. I'm just kidding. I think Ole Miss is good. I think Ole Miss is a playoff team in that. I think they're good. Manning for life. I'm down bad, Lou. Why? Why? How can I help? What can I do for you? Any new additions to the stag? No, I'm not doing nothing else to it. I might get it repainted eventually. But I'm not doing nothing else to it. Lou, I just lost $3,000. Damn. What, gambling? I gamble a lot. I don't gamble a lot of money. So I've never gambled $3,000 on anything, ever. $1,000 is the most I've ever gambled at one time. Lou, what's your most? The least. Ole Miss is going to lose to Florida. I don't know. I mean, maybe. Happened last year. I don't know about this year. It's at Ole Miss this year. Didn't you gamble $1,000 on Tulane? Huh? I don't remember that. Yeah, I've made $1,000 bet 2 or 3 times in my life, and I've won every time. But it's just luck. That's it. Two of them were sports betting, where I let somebody make me mad in the comments section and ended up betting $1,000 on a game with them. One of them was an LSU fan. The Georgia LSU SEC championship game from whatever that was 3 years ago. I let an LSU fan make me mad and talked me into betting $1,000, but luckily I won the bet. I don't remember what the second game was, but twice I've bet $1,000 on a football game, and then the other time I bet $1,000 was on one spin of roulette at the casino. Underwear is 5 for 12 for 51 yards. Yeah, well, turns out. Let me hold on. Rice underwear. Let me see. Yep. Jalen Mildew in disguise. Big Ten Jalen Mildew. That's what Rice underwear is. How much did you bet in the Georgia Auburn game this year? At halftime, I live bet the game for $630. I've never seen a Vandy team this good. Me either. Me either. $1,000 on Vabdu? On what game? Team Asshole hat came in today. Hey, that's awesome, man. Welcome to the squad, my man. Welcome to the squad. Team Asshole's undefeated. Third and 7 for the Corn Dogs. They're in the red zone on the 13. 26 seconds to go in the first half. Snap, back to throw. Incomplete. 4th and 7. Time for a field goal. Under a minute to go, Michigan State. The score is 10-7. That's less than 24. That's going to be a $100 pay-lose situation there. We put $100 on the under 24 points in the first half. Has anyone heard the good news? If it's got to do with those bicycle fucks knocking on my door, I don't want to hear it. Yeah. Got LSU plus 2.5. That looks good so far. Michigan State under 24 points in the first half. That looks good so far. Tennessee minus 4 in the first half. That looks good. Tennessee minus 7 for the whole game. That looks good. But I don't even want to tell you what I did on the Miami game because you'll think I'm an idiot. But I bet Miami minus 30 in the Miami game. So I might be a 5-star dummy. In fact, I probably am a 5-star dummy.
5-star dummy.
But yeah. I took Miami minus 30 against Stanford. Lou, I'm down bad. I'm going to see the Gamecocks lose by 40 in Texas in a few weeks, 15 hours away. I don't think they're going to lose to Texas by 40. They'll probably lose, though. Fair catch called by Michigan, ran into by his own man at the 15, but holds on to the ball. 39 seconds left in the first half, and it's 10-7. We just need anything besides a touchdown. We can't lose. The worst we could do is push. If they do score a touchdown, we would push. Not a win or a loss, but we need a win because we're down in a bad way. Vanderbilt goes to Texas next week, I believe. Vanderbilt can beat them. It'll be tough on the road in Texas, but I think Vanderbilt might beat them. Miami's about to score again. Good. They're finally getting it together. They did just score. Miami's going to be up 28-7. So, fuck, they might end up covering that 30. It's not even halftime. They might cover that 30. Uh-oh. Texas A&M, big run right up the middle to the 40. Running out of time, though. 14 seconds to go until halftime. And they do have 2 timeouts. Justice Haynes with the carries. Scoots out of bounds at the 30. First down, but there's only 17 seconds. They can kick a field goal. That's fine. I don't give a shit. Michigan can kick all the field goals they want. I just need under 24 points in the first half, and we're sitting on 17. You big dummy, it's almost a 4th. What, the Miami game? Oh, yeah, it is. I'm looking at the same thing you're looking at, and I can't tell. I thought it said second. Does it say almost a 4? 28-7. They might still cover the 30. You're welcome for the pick, Lou. That was you? Take under in the Michigan State game? Yeah, shout out to you then. You were right. Glad I bet it. First and 10 A&M, 14 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw. Underneath, caught in the flat. Still picks up a first down out in the midfield with 5 seconds to go, but there's a flag down. Another incompletion from Bryce Underwear. Hit the receiver right in the fucking face. I went to Baylor, so in some ways I'm stuck, says Baylor Man. Third and 9 for Kentucky. They're on the Tennessee 27. Back to throw. Caught behind the line. Gains about 8 yards, though. Looks like fourth and 1. 4th and 1 coming up for Kentucky. That's halftime. 18-14. LSU with the lead by 4 at home over Texas A&M. I have no idea who will beat Georgia, but I do think they're losing another game. Too many second half comebacks for Georgia. You can't be losing at halftime every week. Catches up with you. Already caught up with them once against Bama. So I think Georgia ends up 10-2. I just don't know which game they're going to lose. They'll be favored in all of them, but I don't trust them to win out. I think they're going to go 10-2. Georgia will lose to Indiana in the playoffs and the semis probably. Well, you don't even know if they'll be on the same side of the bracket or not, so that's impossible to say. You have no idea what the bracket's going to be. They might not be on the same side to even play in the semis. Halftime, Michigan 10, Michigan State 7. That's a pay-lose situation, which is great. That's a $100 winner. We're in the hole, almost $300. Not anymore. We're going to win this first half bet on Tennessee -4, too. I've got Wisconsin, Oregon under 45. What's the score of that one? 14-0. Oregon 14, Wisconsin 0 in the third quarter. I've got under 45. Well, here's the bets that I have. Tennessee -4 in the first half for 100. Michigan State under 24 in the first half for 100. That just hit. LSU +2.5 for 25. Miami -30 for 50. Wisconsin, Oregon under 45 for 25. Tennessee -9.5 full game for 50. And we're looking good on all of those right now. That'll get me back to even. Hell, that'll put me ahead. I'm down 300, 1, 2, 225, 275, 350. If I hit them all, I'll be up $50 for the week. If I hit them all, I'll be up $50 for the week. I'm on a 6-week winning streak. I've won 6 weeks in a row. You know what I didn't check? My sleeper picks. I did not check my sleeper picks. How did those do for me today? Not good. We hit the Ty Simpson over 1.5 touchdowns. Ryan Wingo over 44 receiving yards. We missed Morris, the quarterback for Virginia, no interceptions. He threw an interception. So we lost our sleeper pick again this week. How come every time they show highlights of Miami raising a trophy, my TV goes to 220 pixels? Well, because it was a long time ago. Long time ago. Yeah, Teddy Bear Williams. Yep. Teddy Bear Williams. Boy, I'm struggling. I'm not going to lie. I am struggling, y'all. I am wore out. I Fixing to check the thumbs up. I hope there's not a lot so I can get mad and rage quit. There's 541 people watching and only 345 thumbs up. That number better get to 500 or I'm going to rage quit. I need 500 thumbs up or I'm going to rage quit. Auburn fans, so you have Tech ranked in the top 3 or 4 right now. Kendrick Law owns the Tennessee defense. Yeah, he's good. He's really good. He's by far the best player on Kentucky's team. You almost feel bad that he's there, kind of like Cam Coleman at Auburn. Seems like a waste for him to be there. Don't leave, Lou. I'm lonely. Well, you're probably used to it. Yeah, if it doesn't get to 500 thumbs up, I'll just rage quit. Looks like a 2nd and goal for Kentucky here with 1:40 to go in the first half. 28-14, they trail the Voltards. Kentucky ruined this game. Oh, the turnovers, yeah. They have at least 2 that I know of. Unless I missed another one. They have at least 2. Miami woke up finally. They need to wake up some more. They need to score 2 more touchdowns. Probably not going to happen. The fourth quarter is usually when Miami starts screwing everything up. They scored 21 points in the third quarter. Now, they probably won't score it all in the fourth quarter. Miami is like the worst fourth quarter team on the planet. It's Mario Cristobal's fault. Mario Cristobal is probably the worst fourth quarter coach in the country. He's bad. He's terrible fourth quarter. Jolish, thank you for the super chat. He says, I'm close to doing a get even on LSU to win, but good Lord, I don't know if I trust Brian Kelly like that. I hear you. I've got LSU plus 2.5, so I'm not going to do anything else with that. Kentucky just scored again on that vaunted Tennessee defense. Lou, I sent you a super chat earlier, but I don't think you saw it. Bama is soft, but last year they would have lost that game. SEC will have possibly 6 teams make the play. I'm not even reading the rest of that. And yeah, I'll give you a 5-star dummy. 6 SEC teams aren't making the playoffs.
5-star dummy.
That's the kind of thing people make fun of when they talk about SEC fans. 6 SEC teams are not making the playoffs, buddy. Tennessee defense makes everyone look like 2019 LSU. Yeah. Well, they won today. I mean, I don't like Memphis, but they won today. It was a good win for them. They'll have to play South Florida again probably in that conference championship game. Does Haynes King have a case for Heisman? No. That's a long time to be standing. I've been standing right here since noon. I've been live streaming since 9 a.m. I've been standing right here since noon. What if there's 6, 10, and 2 teams in the SEC? What if a piano falls on your head? Six SEC teams aren't getting in the playoffs. Nor should they. You've done a hell of a job. Give this man a thumbs up. Yeah, I'm gonna check. I'm checking right now. There's only 462 thumbs up. If it doesn't get to 500, I'm rage quitting. Congrats on 75K. Whoa, Todd, but this Bama team is not winning a natty. No way. SEC title, Final Four run, maybe. Yeah, I agree. I don't think they can't run the ball and they can't stop the run. They're soft, and eventually that's going to eliminate them. No matter what happens with Stoops, Kentucky must retain Cutter Boley. This is what we've been missing, a homegrown QB. Yeah, he does look good. He's had a couple of really good games this year. Birmingham Canes, thank you for the super chat. He says, I'm calling it now. Miami shits the bed at Pitt. Yeah, I think I called that in June. Back-to-back road games for Miami to close the season could be tough. Could be tough. They're still up 28-7 right now, though. At the Stanford 34. I need them to score 2 more touchdowns. I took Miami minus 30 today because I'm an idiot. I don't even think Miami has left the state of Florida yet. They haven't. They haven't. All right, JJ. See you next time, buddy. 3rd and 2 for Tennessee. They're up 28-21. 40 seconds to go in the first half. Handoff to midfield. Coming up on 30 seconds to go in the first half. 28-21. Tennessee up 7. And they've got the ball. We're going to hit this bet, too. We had Tennessee minus 4.5 in the first half. Aguilar steps up in the pocket. Has to run. Gets out of bounds with 23 seconds to go. Miami scored again. They're up 35-7. I still need them to score one more time. LSU or Soldier Boys get ball first, second half. Shit, I don't remember. I don't remember who got the ball first. I think, did A&M get the ball first? I can't remember. Auburn ain't beating Bama. No, I don't think so either. A&M gets the ball. Okay, LSU got the ball first. A&M gets the ball is what the chat says. 3rd and 6 coming up for Tennessee. 19 seconds to go in the first half. 28-21. Tard Nation with a 7-point lead on the road at Kentucky. Brian Kelly thinks, man, it's your game. So glad you know. Georgia Tech, the best ACC team. It might be. Them, Louisville, Miami. Virginia's okay. Didn't Virginia lose today? That helps Miami. Oh, Virginia won? Okay, so they still have no ACC losses then. So Miami's still behind the 8 ball. Right now, Georgia Tech and Virginia would play in the ACC title game if the season ended today. Virginia's got zero conference. Virginia and Georgia Tech have 0 conference losses. Favorite Halloween movie of all time? I don't know if it's a Halloween movie, but Saw 1. is probably my favorite of that type of movie. Ryan Williams would start on any team. Yeah, that was a good win for Memphis today. What's the most likely dark horse national title shot team that nobody talks about? There's not one. A dark horse can't beat 4 top 10 teams in a row and win a natty. The expanded playoffs let more teams in, but it doesn't expand the number of teams that can actually win it. Tennessee pass complete down inside the 15 with 10 seconds to go in the first half, so they're at least going to get a field goal out of the deal here at the end of the half, maybe a touchdown. 10 seconds and 1 timeout. What is Oregon doing against Wisconsin? Winning 14-0. Well, you might be right about the UGA thing. I don't know if Ryan Williams can block or not. Kirby won't. It doesn't matter how good of a wide receiver you are. If you won't block, he won't put you in the game because he's half retarded that way. Next Friday for Halloween, you should dress up as Billy Napier. No. Hey, thanks, Dave. Luke Fickell is not a good fit. Yeah, it has not worked at all. The Luke Fickell-Wisconsin marriage is going to have to end in divorce here pretty soon. Yes, Ryan Williams was started all of those places. Tennessee about to get blown out by Florida. Maybe. Well, I don't know about blown out. They might lose to Florida, though. They definitely might lose to Florida. Tennessee back to throw with 10 seconds left in the half. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tard Nation. It's going to be 35-21 at halftime. Wisconsin hasn't scored a point in a few weeks. Yeah, it is really hard to get shut out. Wisconsin's been shut out 2 weeks in a row, and they're currently being shut out again. Has a team ever been shut out 3 weeks in a row? Wisconsin averages 3 points a game. God almighty. That's embarrassing. Should be an automatic firing if you score 0 3 straight games. Yeah, and you shouldn't have to pay a buyout either. They need to start putting performance clauses in these buyouts. Like if, just sucking at your job shouldn't be a reason to get $50 million. UCLA question mark, UNC question mark. I don't know what you're asking. Baylor got shut out 3 times in a row in 2000. Damn. That's hard to do. That's hard to do. Vote Lou for NCAA football commissioner. That's a good idea, but I don't really have time to do that. I gotta sit down for a second. My feet are hurting. Give me a minute. All right, second half about to start. Texas A&M and LSU, and like y'all said, Texas A&M is getting the ball to start. They're going to return the kick out to the 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, all the way out to the 44. Huge return for A&M to start the second half here. Good news for them, they're down 4. Start of the second half. Halftime of the Tennessee game, too, now. I hit 500 likes. Fuck. Yep, 507. Damn it. I was hoping we didn't hit it so I could rage quit. Yep, rage quit deactivated. I might have to stay on. At least this game is close. If this game gets not close, I'm tapping out. But as long as it's close, I'll stay on. 18-14, Texas A&M trails LSU. They've got the ball to start the third quarter here. Marcel Reed keeps. Gain of about 15. Good start to the drive for A&M. No more coffee. No more coffee. As soon as this game is, I'm going to be asleep before my head hits the pillow. It's partly my fault. I stayed up a little too late last night. What did we watch last night, lady? Do you remember? We put something on. Oh, y'all ever seen that movie, The Cooler, with William H. Macy and Alec Baldwin? I saw it 20 years ago or whenever it came out, but we put it on last night when we laid down to go to bed, and I fucking stayed up too late watching it. So I only got like 5 hours of sleep last night. And I was after streaming for 4.5 hours last night for the whatever games that were on. So I stood right here for 4.5 hours till midnight last night. Got 5 hours of sleep. And I've been streaming today since 9 a.m. I'm wore out. It's a good movie, The Cooler, especially if you like gambling movies or casino movies or whatever. It's a good movie. Bama damn near. Well, what's up, Melissa? Good to see you in here. You been all right? I keep up with you on Facebook. I don't comment on or anything on Facebook anymore, but I still scroll through there every once in a while and check in on you. My fear is this offense dries up. Tennessee defense couldn't stop Lou right now. Yeah. That's probably what's going to end up eliminating Georgia, too, whenever that happens, whether it's a third loss in the regular season or whatever. It's going to be Georgia's defense this year. It's just not up to par. I like Georgia's offense this year. They run the ball. Gunnar Stockton's played well. Receivers are having a pretty good year. Tight ends are coming along. It's weird to say, but it's defensive issues for Georgia this year is what's going to ultimately end their season whenever that happens. Oh, I've seen Casino 100 times. Great movie. Texas A&M down to the 10-yard line. First and goal at the 10. Yeah, Casino's a great movie. Bama is soft, and you know it. I do know it. Yeah, Bama is soft. They can't run the ball, and they can't stop the run. Super soft. Since Dan Lanning left, UJ's defense has regressed. Yeah, that's true. It has gotten a little bit worse each of the last 3 years. Georgia runs an air raid. So you haven't watched a single Georgia game. Okay. You have to be mentally retarded. That's option 1. You don't know what an air raid is. That's option 2. Or you haven't watched any Georgia games. That's option 3. One of those 3 things. But you've been typing dumb comments in this comment section for 3 hours, so it's not surprising that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, considering you're a literal mouth breather. You better stick a wallet in your mouth before you chew your own tongue off. Against Power 4 teams, Wisconsin averages 6.8 points a game. That's embarrassing. That is bad. Fire Beamer. That'd be the dumbest thing South Carolina ever did, and they've done a lot of dumb shit. Smooth as glass, buddy. Smooth as glass. I remember Georgia losing to South Carolina not so long ago. If you think 7 seasons was not so long ago, then yeah. Michigan with the ball down in the red zone. Third quarter underway in that one. 10-7, Michigan up over Michigan State. 3rd and 3 for Michigan on the Sparty 16. Bryce Underwear is going to hand it off. First down, out of bounds at the 10. First and goal, Michigan. Nirvana is the best band. What? Nirvana is the most overrated band of all time. Carolina still reminiscing about the black magic days of the 80s. They didn't even win anything in the 80s. If Kurt Cobain was still alive, people wouldn't talk about Nirvana the way they do. Yeah, very overrated. Dying doesn't make you great. It just makes a sad story, but then the legend of what you were becomes greater than what you actually were. So sick of the defensive coordinator. Is it still Tim Banks at Tennessee? Hey, Trace, what's up, buddy? Thank you for the super chat, my man. Tennessee defense starting to look like a Lincoln Riley defense. Damn, hashtag Charmin. Jolish, thank you again for the super chat. Brian Kelly is as soft as Charmin on silk pajamas, laying on flannel sheets on a Tempur-Pedic bed in a room with shag carpet. Zero aura. Jet sweep for Texas A&M on 1st and 10 inside the 5. Big hit at the 2-yard line. Out of bounds. A yard short of the first down, but it's going to be 2nd and 1 from around the 2-yard line. But that was a big hit over there on the sideline. Second and 1 from the 2. I think that's a false start on Texas A&M. I think they're going to get Texas A&M with a false start there. Yeah, false start on A&M is going to back them up to the, 7-yard line now? What happened to Luke Fickell? Was one of the most sought after coaches when he was at Cincinnati. Now he can barely win a game. I don't know. I liked the hire too. I thought it was a great hire. You know, Wisconsin was like a nine-ish win program, 10 wins a lot of years. Kind of what Penn State has become now. You know, like they couldn't beat the big boys at a Big Ten, but they were winning 9-10 games, it seemed like. I thought it was a good hire, but it just has not worked there at all. Kiss is the best rock band? I'm not a Kiss fan. Born in 87, I love Nirvana, the Unplugged album. Well, nothing wrong with loving Nirvana. I mean, I'm not saying they're not any good. I just think they're way overrated because Kurt Cobain died after one album or whatever it was. And people, you know, when people die, they try to make it like it's something that he wasn't. Did a group of 5 shelves get bigger? Oh, they've been like that all year. I need another shelf. I'm out of room. I got more helmets, but I can't hang them up. I'm out of room. I got to go to the Lowe's or whatever and get more shelves. I like Rage Against the Machine, yeah. Penalty decline. The extra point is good. 21-18. A&M now with a 3-point lead over the Corn Dogs. Trace says, this year's LSU team reminds me of 2018 to 2020 Georgia. Really good defense, but the offense lets them down time after time because of below-average QB play. Yeah, Nussmeier and Cade Klubnik have really been disappointing. Well, you can add Drew Aller, too, but in the offseason, we were told how great Nussmeier, Cade Klubnik, and Drew Aller were going to be, and all three have been extremely disappointing. I know Drew Aller's hurt now, but I mean, even, before that, he wasn't it. I was never that big of a Rob Zombie fan. Sleeper pick, Haynes anytime touchdown just hit. Yeah, but I already missed one. So that whole play is dead. You have to hit them all to win. As a Tennessee man, our defense is comical at this point. I swear Billups is on the back of every jersey I see out there. Lou, have you seen DIH? I don't know what that is. So if I have seen it, I wouldn't even know. 10.5 minutes to go in the third. A&M has scored. They're now up 21-18. Here comes the LSU offense, their first possession of the second half. 10:33 to go in the third. 21-18. LSU down by 3. Nussmeier in a shotgun here on 1st and 10. They're on their own 23-yard line. Snap. Handoff. Finds a little crease. Picks up about 4 yards. Second down coming up now for LSU. Drew Aller reminds me a lot of Sean Clifford. Yeah, not much difference. That's a fair point. That's a pretty accurate comparison there. I never got into the whole fish or widespread panic thing. I'm a big Dave Matthews fan, so same type of vibe with the jam music, but I'm a big Dave Matthews fan, but I just never got into fish or widespread. All right, Dale. See you later, buddy. You dreaming? Huh? You having a dream of chasing all the rabbits? You're a good girl. You're a good girl, Burger. Well, another incomplete pass from LSU here. 3rd and 7 coming up for the corn dog. Nussmeier, shotgun, back to throw. Steps up, gonna be sacked. Down goes Nussmeier on 3rd down. That's gonna bring up 4th and long, and LSU is gonna have to punt it away. Lou, my dad's the biggest Dave fan. He's been to 30-something concerts. Yeah, a lot of people that have been to one Dave concert have been to 30. I've been to 3, I think. 3 or 4. Allman Brothers Band, never got into them either. That was a little before my time. Uh-oh. A&M's gone. Another touchdown from A&M. That was quick. Wow. It's going to be 28-18. A&M pulling away from this thing in the 3rd quarter now. The best thing I've ever seen live was Slipknot back in 2001. Or Tool anytime. Never got into Slipknot either. I sent you a super chat. Why do you say not to fire Beamer? That would be dumb. He's overachieved there half the time he's been there. You're South Carolina. Who do you think you're going to get? You were this far away from the playoffs last year. You almost beat Bama today. This season's been disappointing. It would be ridiculous to fire Beamer. Touchdown Miami? They sure did. Pay Lou. That's a pay Lou situation there. Top 2 or 3 Dave tunes live. Seek Up. That's number 1 for sure. Seek Up. I like Trippin' Billy's. Wouldn't it be number 3? I like the All Along the Watchtower remake. They play that live a lot. What else? I mean, I like him. I mean, you know how he's got 200 songs. I like Warehouse, yeah. Well, I like the first half of Warehouse. I don't really like the second half of Warehouse. I like the first half. Ants Marching Guy. I mean, you know, that's their biggest radio hit, but it's not my favorite. Fire Mike Shuley, doesn't know what he's doing. Please explain to me how Kelly keeps his job at LSU. The buyout. If he goes 7-5, maybe they fire him. Oh, I love two-step. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I love two-step. Two-step is great. No, Warehouse wouldn't be in my top 5. I only like the first half of the song. Really, just the beginning. Now that's a funny comment. Vols All Day says, Brian Kelly will say post-game, I am sitting here with the same smell in my pants again. That's funny. That was good. I wonder how that dude that called in last night talking about Brian Kelly locked in and LSU is going to win out is doing. Corn dog man down bad. I have a feeling he's not doing very good at all, Mr. Thompson. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. Yeah, I have a feeling reality is smacking him around right now. Houston up 17-0 on Arizona State. You know, Houston's what, 6-1 or 7-1, whatever they are. But I wasn't sure they could go on the road and beat Arizona State, but they're handling them right now. I guess Vegas didn't know anything. LSU versus A&M. Well, they had A&M favored. A lot of flags down on this kickoff return. Lou, I need a brown paper grocery bag. Is it brown bag time now for the fans? Boy, that's rock bottom there. That is rock bottom. Holding on LSU on that kick return, so they're going to put themselves in another hole here. Second half underway, Kentucky and Tennessee, 35-21 the halftime score. Tennessee on top. We hit our first half bet in that game, Tennessee -4. We have Tennessee -9 for the full game. I think it's 9, not 8 or 9. It's over a touchdown. Kentucky handoff on first down, gain of about 2. Second down coming up for them. No, that was second down, so third down now. Nussmeier throws a floater. Caught by the wide receiver up at the 15. 8.5 minutes to go in the third. LSU is already in a hole. The ass of Brian Kelly. Did they show someone throwing something at Brian Kelly? I didn't see that. I didn't see that. 2nd and 4 for LSU. They're on their own 13. Nussmeier, shotgun, snap. Play action. Rolling right. Throws. Caught near the sideline, or was it? Wide receiver hurt on the play, too. He's limping off the field now. Can't tell if he caught it or not. Here we go. This is a better angle. That looks like a catch. He actually got both feet in. An NFL catch there along the sideline. That's a great catch if it holds up. Great catch if it holds up. Is this the week Fickle gets fired? I don't know. I heard they're not firing him, so I don't know. Buyout situation, so I don't know. Wisconsin has some kind of stupid policy where they basically give their coach a 1-year extension every year. So his contract stays at 7 years every year. I think it's Wisconsin. I read that about. Kyle. 2nd and 20. Quarterback keeps for Kentucky. Gains about 10. Going to be 3rd and long now for Kentucky. What's the current SEC championship game picture? Well, there aren't no tiebreakers. Bama and A&M both have no losses, so you don't need no tiebreakers for that. Lou just got back getting shit-faced at a Halloween party. Anything big happened? Been gone since 4. Bama almost lost to South Carolina, came back in the end and won. Texas was down 17 points to Kentucky in the fourth quarter and came back and won. Texas A&M's opening up a can on LSU. Tennessee's winning 35-21. Michigan's up 10 over Michigan State. Oklahoma lost to Ole Miss. Worst conference, MAC or Conference USA? I have no idea. I don't watch either. I don't watch Group of 5 outside of the playoff teams or potential playoff teams. So I'm the wrong person to ask Group of 5 questions. I don't care about the Group of 5 at all. It shouldn't even be a part of real football. They should have their own separate classification. LSU punts it away on 4th and 2. Down 10. Punt takes a good LSU bounce down around the 22-yard line. There's flags down on the punt. I don't know what it is. We'll have to wait and see. If A&M scores on this possession, I'm probably going to end the stream. With South Florida losing, does it make a more interesting case for who gets the spot? Yeah. Way more interesting. They were the clear front runner to get the playoff spot until today. But they'll have to play Memphis again probably in that conference championship game. How'd you feel about Memphis winning today? I didn't feel one way or the other. I didn't even watch any of it. LSU versus Michigan would have an over-under of 9 points. Dang. LSU is going to have to repunt it here on 4th and 7. Fumble. I can't tell who got it, but A&M fumbled the punt. Big pile on the ball here. I think A&M got it back. Referees still hadn't said who has the ball. Well, that's close underneath that pile there. I have a hard time seeing the conference losses for Texas A&M and Bama, but that being said, it feels like Ole Miss and Georgia, and those two are college football playoff teams. Ole Miss looks like they just got told their coach is leaving. By going out and beating Oklahoma? I mean, if they would have came out and laid an egg today, you would have said, wow, the team looked like they were told their coach is leaving. They came out and laid an egg. But instead, they come out and beat Oklahoma on the road, and you come to the same conclusion? I don't know if he's leaving or not, but them beating Oklahoma on the road isn't some kind of indicator that Lane Kiffin's leaving. If Bama wins out, do they need to be in the SEC championship game? It doesn't matter if they need to be. What is that? I don't know what that means. If they win out, they're in. I mean, they've got no conference losses. Of course they would be in. Who's texting me? Level up, level up, level up, level up, level up. Did the Miami game end? They did cover, right? Well, I went from down 300 to only down 40. If Tennessee wins by more than 9.5, that's a $50 winner. That'll put me even. Wisconsin, Oregon under 45. That's probably gonna hit. That's another 20. That'll put me up $25. And then I have LSU plus 2.5. That looks like a loser. I'll lose $25. Looks like I'm gonna finish at 0, which is pretty good considering I was down $300 at 7:30. My girlfriend is upset about all the Lane to Florida reports. Been trying to explain to her that he'd be silly to turn it down. Ole Miss will have options. Hate Notre Dame all you want, but they'll still make the playoffs, Lou. If they go 10-2, they'll probably make the playoffs unless it comes down to a resume comparison with them and other 10-2 teams, because Notre Dame's not going to win any resume comparisons at all. At the end of the regular season, Notre Dame's best win is either going to be Southern Cal or Navy. If it's Southern Cal, then that means their second best win of the season will be Navy. So if it comes down to a resume comparison of 10-2 Notre Dame versus any other 10-2 team, Notre Dame's going to be on the short end of that stick. There's also a good possibility that Miami goes 11-1 but doesn't make the ACC championship game. If that happens, you can't put Notre Dame in if you don't put Miami in first, which means there might not be room for Notre Dame. Who should Florida hire if they don't get Kiffin? If they don't get Kiffin, it doesn't matter who they hire. Kiffin's the only one that'll work. Anybody else they hire will fail and will be fired in 3 or 4 years. If they hire Kiffin, I think that'll work. I think they're going to get A&M with a holding call here. Tennessee scored again while we were busy not paying attention. 42-21. They're now doubling up Kentucky. $13 million a year for Kiffin. That's what Florida offered him. $13.5 million, 8-year contract. A&M touchdown. It's going to be 35-18. All right, that game's over. I'm going to shut it down, y'all. There's just no games worthwhile. They're all blowouts. 42-21, 35-18. Michigan's all over Michigan State. They just scored again. 24-7. All right, I'm wore out. I had a great time today, but I am wore out. We'll do it again next weekend. The Your Season Is Over video will be up same time tomorrow as normal. Probably sometime around 6 or 7 o'clock, so make sure you check that out. Congratulations to everybody's team that won today. Extra point for A&M is good. 35-18 are all over LSU. Yeah, congratulations to everybody's team that won today. We'll do it again next week. But until then, have a good morning.